kitchen's awful hot. Those new candies I'm making, they just won't ever get cool.
You have to make candy today, Essie. It's such a hot day.
Yeah, but I got a bunch of new orders. Ed went out last night and got a bunch of new orders.
I suppose if this keeps up, you'll be opening up a store.
That's what Ed was saying last night, but I said no. I want to be a dancer.
The only problem with dancing is it takes so long and you've been studying for so long.
Only 8 years. After all, you've been writing plays for 8 years, haven't you, Mother? We started about the same time, didn't we?
Yes, well, you shouldn't count my first 2 years because I was just learning to type.
I think candy's hard to get by now, Miss Essie. Thanks, Reba. I'll bring some in. Mother, I want you to try some.
Did you finish the second act, Mrs. Sycamore?
What, Reba?
I said, did you finish the second act? Oh, no, I just have Cynthia entering the monastery. She was just at the Kit Kat Club, wasn't she? Yes, well, she gets tired of the Kit Kat Club, and so there's this monastery, and she goes there.
Do they let her in?
Oh, yeah, I made a visitor today, so they let anyone in. Oh. So she goes there, and she just stays.
She stays all night, you mean?
Oh, yeah, she stays 6 years.
6 years? My, I bet she busted that monastery wide open.
6 years later.
Mr. Peanut?
Yeah.
Mr. Peanut, will you bring up the new skyrockets? I'd like to show them to Miss Sycamore.
Sure.
Alright, so look Penny, with the new firecrackers we just made, you can sell them for 10 strings a cent. Listen. Nice, huh?
Sounds lovely. Paul, dear, were you ever in a monastery?
No. Okay, so think about these new skyrockets. Gold stars, and blue stars, and bombs, then a balloon. Mr. Peanut thought of a balloon.
Sounds lovely, dear. Did you do all that today?
Yeah, where did we go? Here we are. So, we made it for 18 cents and we can sell them for 50. How many things did we can make before the 4th of July, Mr. Peanut?
Well, we have got 2 weeks yet. What day are you going to take that stuff up to, Mumford?
Right about a week. We're gonna need a larger booth though this year. Come on, we're not through yet.
Oh, Mr. Sycamore, I am afraid the balloon is just a bit too close to the powder.
How so? We have the blobs and the stars in the sea.
Yes, but that don't give the balloon enough time. A balloon needs plenty of time.
Come on, we'll go check it out downstairs.
Alright, but it's kind of all funny.
Mr. Peanut, if a girl you love entered a monastery, what would you do?
Oh, well, I don't know, Mrs. Sycamore. Oh, it's been so long.
Is Miss Alice going to dinner tonight? What, Rachel? Oh, I don't know. She didn't say.
Well, I'll set a place for her, but she's only been home 1 night this week.
Yes, I know.
Miss Essie's done something mighty good for candy this week. Something with coconut and fudge.
Sounds lovely.
Let's see. That's 6 and Mr. Tukina, and if Kliankov comes, that makes 8, doesn't it? Yes, I got her set for you.
Reba, I think I'll put this play away for a while and go back to the war play. I always loved that one, the war play. Boom, boom.
They'll be better when they're harder, but I want you to try them over. I don't know what you think.
They look lovely, dear. What do you call them?
I think I'm gonna call them Love Dreams.
Yes, that's nice. Well, I'm going back to the war play, Essie.
Oh, are you, Mother?
Yes, I sort of got myself into a monastery and can't get out.
Oh, well, it'll come to you, Mother. Remember when you got yourself into that Bravo? The snakes are hungry. Reba feed them?
I don't know. Reba, did you feed the snakes?
No, Donald's coming. He usually brings flies for the snakes.
Okay, well, be sure to feed them before grandpa's home.
Yes,
You know
ma'am.
how fussy he is about them. I'll leave out another love drink.
Mr. Peanut was right. The balloon was too close to the powder.
Want a love drink, Mother? They're on the table.
No thanks, I gotta watch.
Paul, dear, I'm going back to the war play.
Oh, that's nice. We're putting red stars, then the balloon. Gosh, the balloon.
You know, Mr. Kliankov says I'm his most promising pupil.
You'd think with 40 months and 1 girl that something would happen.
Essie!
Yeah?
Hey, Essie.
I like that method. Did you write it?
Beethoven.
That's lovely. It's got a lot of you in it. I made those candies as my man.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can take them around this afternoon if you want.
Okay, now this is the finish. This is me. How was that?
Fine, Ed. Remember when we played Kaufman, will you?
Ed, dear, why don't you and Essie have a baby? I was thinking about it just the other day.
Oh, I guess we could if you wanted us to. What about it, Essie? You want to have a baby?
I don't really care. I'm only if Grandpa is.
Let's ask him.
Labor play, religious play, sexy play. Oh, I know it's here somewhere. I was right about the balloon too close to the back.
Mr. Makina, do you want anything printed? How about some more calling cards?
Oh, no thanks. Still got the first 1,000 or so.
Call them somebody, will you?
All right.
Rebo, what do we have for dinner? I'm ready to print the menu.
Let's see, cornflakes, watermelon, some of the new candy Miss Essie made, and some kind of meat, I forget.
I think I'll set it in a bold-faced Cheltenham. And if I'm going to take those new candies around after dinner, I better print up some descriptive matter.
Ed, dear, do you think anybody actually reads those things that you put in the candy boxes? Oh, here's the foreplay. Poison gas. That must be Donald. Look at Reba's smile.
Her boyfriend, hey, Reba?
You know, they're awfully cute, Donald and Reba.
Hello, Reba.
Oh.
Evening, everybody.
Hey, Donald, how you been?
Pretty good, Mr. Ed. How you doing, Mrs. Sycamore?
Oh, I'm fine. Donald,
Yes, ma'am.
were you ever in a monastery?
No, I don't go to the place much. I'm on relief.
That sounds worse.
Here's the flies, Reba. Caught a big mess done today.
You sure did.
I see you've been working, Mrs. Sycamore.
Yes, Donald.
How's Grandpa doing?
Oh, he's fine. He's over at Columbia this afternoon. Commencement exercises.
My, you certainly do roll around.
M-E-A-T. What'd you go there for all the time?
I don't know. It's just so handy being around the corner.
Oh, Donald. Mr. Pierre and I were going to take the fireworks up to Mount Vernon next week. You think you can give us a hand?
Yes, sir. Only I can't take no money for it this year because if the government funds aren't working, they'll get sore.
The government. Anyway, Ed, I was reading something up in the bathroom. It gave me a great fireworks idea. Yours, isn't it? Trotsky?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Trotsky, the Russian revolutionary?
Oh!
Yeah, well, it gave me a great fireworks idea. Remember the last days of Pompeii?
Why, yes, of course! Palisades Park, that's where we met!
Yeah, well, it gave me a great idea. I'm gonna do the revolution, a full-hour display.
Oh, that's wonderful!
The red fires, the flag, huh?
Yeah, and the Tsar and the Cossacks.
And the freeing of the slaves.
No, Donald, the Russian Revolution. Hello, Grandpa.
Well, you should have been there. That's all I can say. You should have been there.
Was it a nice commencement, Grandpa?
Wonderful. They get better every single year. You don't know how lucky you are. You're a snake. Oh, there must have been 2 acres. Everybody graduated. Yes, sir. And much funnier speeches than they had last year.
You want to hear a good speech? You go up and hear Father Divine.
Ah, wait. They'll have them at Columbia.
Donald, will you tell Reba to grab his phone now? I guess we won't wait for Miss Alice.
Yes, ma'am. Reba, Grandpa's home. We can eat dinner now.
You made some nice skyrockets today, Grandpa.
Evening, Grandpa.
Evening, Mr. Davina.
You made some nice skyrockets, didn't we, Mr.
We
Deputy?
certainly did.
I wonder why they don't have them at commencements.
Oh, you see, they don't make enough noise. You take a good commencement orator, and he'll drown out a whole carload of fireworks. And he'll say just as much, too.
Well, don't the graduates ever say anything?
Nope. They just stand there in their cap and gown, receive their diplomas, and along about 40 years, they'll wake up and ask themselves, where am I?
Hello, Grandpa. Have a nice day.
Hello, have a nice day. Don't I even get a kiss?
Excuse me, Grandpa.
I'll take a tomato, too. You know, I could have used some of these this afternoon.
Father?
No thanks.
Mother?
No, thank you, dear.
Now, play something, Ed.
You know, a letter came for you, Grandpa. Did you get it?
Letter for me. I don't see how anybody.
It was for you.
Well, did you see who it was from?
Yes, it was on the outside.
Well, who was it?
The United States government.
The government, eh? I wonder what they wanted.
There's one before that too, from the same people. There was a couple of them.
Well, if you see any more, I wish you'd give them to me.
Yes, Grandpa.
You know, I think I'll go out to Westchester and do a little snake hunting.
God is the state is God.
What was that?
God is the state is God.
Who says that?
Trotsky.
Oh, good. I thought you said it.
It's good for printing, you know. Nice and short. G-O-D space I-S space D-H-E space S-T-A.
So, the beautiful princess came into her house and kissed her mother. Hello, dear. And her father. Hello, dear. And her grandfather.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Grandma. And what you know, they turned into the sycamores. Surprise. Oh, Alice, I like it. Oh, do you?
It's new, isn't it? Looks nice and summery. Where'd you get it?
Oh, I just took a walk during lunch hour.
You've been taking a lot of walks lately. That's the second new dress this week.
Well, I just like to write things up at the office once in a while. I'm known as the Kate Francis of Kirby and Co. Anyway, what's new around here in the way of plays, ballet, dancing, snakes, and fireworks? Dad, I bet you've been down in that cellar all day.
Huh?
I'm going back to the war play, Alice.
Silly mother, how wonderful.
Ed, play Alice that Beethoven thing you wrote.
Oh, you know you can make a living from here to Nicaragua for 2 pesetas.
Kenneth, my virginity is a priceless thing to me. Okay, people, listen. Listen. I'm not going to dinner. A young gentleman is calling for me.
Really? Who is
It's
that?
never been possible to keep him from coming, but he's calling.
Well, why don't you stay to dinner?
Oh, no, I want him to take it in easy doses. I've tried to prepare him a little, but don't make it any harder for him than you can help. Mother, don't feed him any of your plays. And Grandpa, don't let the snakes bite him, because I like them. And Essie, dear, I wouldn't dance for him tonight because we're going to the Monte Carlo Cafe.
Oh, you can't do anything. Who is he, President of the United States or something?
No. He's Vice President of Kirby and Co., Mr. Anthony Kirby Jr. himself.
The boss's son.
Yes, the boss's son, just like the movies.
Well, that explains the new dress.
Well, Sherlock Holmes. Alice, are you going to marry him? Of course, Mother. Tonight. Meanwhile, I have to go upstairs and put on my wedding dress.
Is he good looking?
Inward. He has the most dreamy eyes. What time is it?
I don't know. Does anybody know what time it is?
You might know.
It was 5 o'clock a couple hours ago.
Oh, I should know better than to ask you people. Now, Mother, you will let me know the minute he comes, won't you?
Yes, dear.
Yes, but I mean the minute he comes.
Yes, dear.
Okay, well, be sure. Well, what do you think of that?
I think she likes him.
I should say so. She's got it bad.
You know, I think if they get married, we could have a wedding right in this very room.
No, Penny. This is the first time the boys ever called for her.
You only called for me once.
Young people are different nowadays.
I don't know. Look at me and Ed. He came to dinner once and just stayed. Anyhow, I think it's wonderful, don't you, Grandpa?
She certainly seems happy about it.
He must be crazy about her. Maybe he's the one who's been taking her out every night. That must be him. Never mind, Reba. I'll answer it. Now remember what Al said and be very nice to him.
Well, let's take a look at him.
Well, hello. Welcome to our little home. Do come right in.
How do you do?
Just fine. Now, I'm Alice's mother. This is Alice's father, Alice's grandfather, Alice's sister, and her husband, Ed Carmichael. Well, give me a hat. Make yourself right at home.
I'm afraid you're making a mistake.
How's that?
My card.
Wilbur C. Henderson, Internal Revenue Department.
That's right.
What can we do
Does a Mr. Martin Vanderhoff live here?
Yes, sir, that's me.
Well, Mr. Vanderhoff, the government would like to talk to you about a little matter of income tax.
Income tax?
Do you mind if I sit down?
No, go right ahead.
Thank you.
Mother, is that Mr. Kirby?
No, it isn't, dear. It's an internal something or other.
Is there a signet? I thought you wanted these things are not normal.
Not here, Mr. Bean. Pardon me, excuse me.
Now, Mr. Vanderhoff, we've written you several letters about this, but you haven't replied to any of them.
Oh, so that's what those letters were.
I told you they're from the government.
According to our records, Mr. Vanderhoff, you have never paid an income tax.
That's right.
Why not?
I don't believe in them.
Well, you own property, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And you receive yearly income from it.
I do.
Between $3,000 and $4,000.
About that.
You've been receiving it for years.
Since 1901, if you want the exact date.
Okay. The government's only concerned with 1914. That's when the income tax started.
Well,
Mr. Vanderhoff, it appears you owe the government 24 years back of income tax.
Wait a minute, you can't go back that far. That's outlawed.
What's your name?
What does that matter?
You ever filed an income tax return?
No, sir.
What was your income last year?
What was it, I see? $28.50.
Yes, sir.
If you please. Now, Mr. Vanderhoff, our right is quite a penalty for not filing an income tax return.
Penalty?
now listen, Mr. Henderson, let me ask you something. Suppose I pay you the money. Not saying I'm going to, of course, but just for the sake of the argument. What am I going to get for it?
What do you mean?
Well, when I walk into a Macy's and buy something, I see it. It's there. What's the government going to give me for it?
The government gives you everything. It protects you.
What from?
Well, invasion. Foreigners might try to come over here and take everything you got.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Okay, well, they would if you did pay in. How do you think you keep up the Army and Navy and all the battleships?
Oh, the last time we used battleships was during the Spanish-American War. And what did we get out of that? Cuba. And we gave that one right back. Now, I wouldn't mind paying if there was something sensible.
Sensible. Okay, what about Congress and the Supreme Court and the President? You gotta pay them, don't we?
Not with my money, no, sir.
Wait a minute. I'm not here arguing with you. All I know is that you haven't paid income tax and now it's gotta pay.
They've got to show me first.
We don't have to show you. I just told you. All those buildings down in Washington, interstate commerce and the
The
Constitution.
Constitution was made for a long time ago. And interstate commerce? What is interstate commerce anyhow?
There are 48 states, see? And if there weren't interstate commerce, nothing would go from one state to another. See?
Why not? They got fences or something?
No, they haven't got fences, they've got laws. My God, I've never seen anything like this before.
Well, I might pay about $75 for it, but that's all that's worth.
Don't bear me down like everybody else does.
Actually, listen to this a moment.
And let me tell you something else. You go to jail, you don't pay. You hear that? That's the law. You need to be feared in the law. You got another thing coming. You're no better than anybody else, and as soon as you get that, you're gonna head to bed. You'll hear from the United States government. That's all I can say.
Look over the snake.
How was that?
It's fine, Ed.
How did that sound to you people?
I liked it.
God, he was mad, wasn't he?
Oh, it's not his fault. It's just the whole thing is so silly.
And he forgot his hat.
Say, what size is that hat anyhow?
Huh? 7 1/8.
Just right for me.
Was that fellow anyhow? What was he doing? Now that must be Mr. Kirby.
Better make sure.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Now this is Mr. Anthony Kirby Jr., correct?
Yes?
Oh, Mr. Kirby, we've been expecting you. Come right in.
Now, I'm Alice's mother. This is Alice's father. Alice's grandfather.
Hello.
Alice's sister and her husband, Ed Carmichael. Well, give me your hat. Come right in.
Oh, thank you.
Is that Mr. Kirby, Mother?
Yes, it is, dear. He is lovely.
I'll be right down.
Do sit down, Mr. Kirby.
Oh, thank you. I hope I'm not keeping you all from dinner.
No, no. You want a tomato? Tomato? I got one right in my coat pocket.
No, thank you.
How about these candy?
I'm sure they're wonderful, but no thanks.
Oh, I almost forgot to introduce you to Mr. DePina. This is Mr. DePina, Mr. Kirby.
How do you do? Wasn't I hearing about your father in the newspaper the other day? Didn't he get indicted or something?
No, nothing like that. He merely testified before the Securities Commission on Thursday.
Yes, Mr. DePina, I'm sure there was nothing crooked about it. In fact, Alice has often told us of what a lovely man your father is.
Oh, well, I know Dad couldn't get along without Alice. She knows more about the business than any of us.
You're awfully young, aren't you, Mr. Kirby? To be vice president of a big place like that?
Well, you know what that means, Vice President. All I have is a desk with my name on it.
Is that all? You don't get any salary?
Well, a little. Far more than I'm worth, I'm afraid.
Now you're just being modest.
Sounds kind of dull to me. Wall Street, do you like it?
Well, the hours are short. I haven't been there very long.
Just out of college, huh?
Sure. I just sort of kicked around a while. Just sort of had fun.
What did you do? Travel?
For a while, yes. And then I did go to Cambridge for a year.
England.
That's right.
Say, what's an English commencement like? Did you see any?
Oh, very impressive.
They are, huh?
Yep. But now fun's over and it's just me facing the world.
Well, you've certainly got a good start, Mr. Kirby. Vice president and a rich father.
Well, that's partly my fault, you see.
So now I suppose you're all ready to settle down and get married?
Now, Penny, the man has a mind of his own.
I wasn't making up his mind for him, now was I, Mr. Kirby?
Oh, I didn't mind it at all.
You see?
You mustn't rush your mother.
Well, all I meant was that he's bound to get married, and suppose the wrong girl gets him.
Oh, here I am, fishing in blue. I see you've had time to get acquainted.
Yes, we were just having a delightful talk about love and marriage.
They came down as fast as they could.
Oh, I didn't mind it at all.
Sam moves flies in the kitchen. Oh, hi, Miss Alice, you look lovely. Where are you going?
Oh, I'm going out.
Second, huh?
That was Mr. Landon.
I think I'm gonna go to
Grandpa, you take care when your cornflakes up again.
Half and half, Donald.
my mental better skills. What do you think? Grandpa, what do you think? I have another letter from Russia. Since second 5-year plan is a failure.
Hi, Mr. Landon.
My Pavlova, but if you'll excuse us, Mr. Collier, my little Alice. Never have I seen you look so magnificent. Thank you, Mr. Kulienkov. Mr. Kulienkov, Mrs. Kirby, Mr. Kirby. Tony, this is Mr. Kulienkov, Essie's dance teacher.
Oh, how do you do?
How do you do? Well, if you'll excuse us, we're going to the Monte Carlo Ballet tonight. The Monte Carlo Ballet at 6. Yes, we're going. Right, everyone.
Good night, everyone. It was so very nice to meet you all. Oh!
The Monte Carlo Ballet.
Wasn't Mr. Kirby lovely? Well, come on, everybody, dinner's ready.
He seemed like such a nice fellow, didn't he?
And so good looking. And his manners. Did you notice his manners, Paul?
Yes, I certainly did. You're getting pretty personal with him.
Oh, not Paul.
He does look like a customer.
I think if they do get married, we could put the altar right where the snakes are. You wouldn't mind, would you, Grandpa?
Not if the snakes don't.
Oh, no. Don't want to get married in church. His family
Well, sir, we've been getting along for a good long while now, and we're certainly much obliged. Remember, all we ask is to keep going along happy in our own sort of way. Of course, we want to keep our health, but as far as anything else is concerned, we'll leave that to you. Thank you. So, the second father could like to feel. Right, go ahead, guys.
You hadn't married until they tried the third on a curve.
It's so exciting, isn't it?
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
suppose just stepping inside any theater gives me a thrill.
Well, it's been so lovely, Tony. I'd hate to have it over.
Oh, is it over already? Do I have to go?
Not if you don't want to.
I don't.
Oh, would you like a cool drink?
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, see what's in the icebox. Let's come along.
I follow you to the ends of the earth, Alice.
Just the kitchen is enough, Mr. Kirby.
Oh, I like it. You've done it very simply, haven't you?
Yes. Well, we didn't know whether to go with Empire or New Grecian.
So you settled on Frigidaire.
Yes. Well, it's so easy to live with. Sorry. But you're not hungry, Mr. Kitty. An icebox full of cornflakes. That gives you a rough idea of the sycamore.
Why did you make these things for children? I never did. All over my coat.
I prefer mine with glass if you don't mind.
All right. There you are. A foaming beaker.
Oh, my hands are cold.
And now, if you'll please be seated, I'd like to raise a toast.
All right. We are seated.
Miss Sycamore, to you.
Thank you, Mr. Kirby. To you.
You know something?
What?
I wouldn't trade one moment of this whole evening for all the rice in China.
Really?
Cross my heart.
Now, tell me, is there much rice in China? Terrific.
Didn't you read The Good Earth?
Yes.
Dear. Oh, I guess I ought to go.
Is it quite late?
Oh, Barry. I don't want to go.
No, I don't want you to.
All right, then I won't. When do you take your vacation?
Oh, last 2 weeks in August.
Really? I might take mine then too.
Really?
What are you thinking about doing?
I don't know. I haven't thought much about it.
Going away, do you think?
I might not. I like the city in the summertime.
Oh, I do too.
You usually go to Maine, don't you?
That's right. But I know I would like the city in the summer if... Oh, you know what I mean, Alice. I'd like the city if you were here.
Well, I'd like you were here too, Tony.
You know what you're saying, don't you?
What?
That you'd rather spend your summer with me than anybody else.
Was I?
And if that's true about the summer, how would you feel about the winter?
Yes, I like that.
And then there is spring and autumn. Could you see a ray clear around those, Miss Sycamore?
Right.
Oh, and that's the whole year, isn't it? We aren't forgetting anything, are we?
No.
Well,
Alice, is that you? What time is it?
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Hi, Mother.
quite all right, Miss Sycamore?
Didn't mean to interrupt anything.
Not at all.
I just came down for a manuscript. Here it is. Love takes a holiday. Well, good night.
Good night, Miss Sycamore.
Oh, I think you can call you Penny, don't you, Alice? At least I hope so.
What was that?
It's fine, Tony. That's Father.
Oh. At this time of night?
Any time of night. Any time of day.
You know, you're more beautiful, more lovely, more adorable than anyone else in the whole world.
Don't, Tony.
What? Because of your mother? All mothers are like that, Alice, and Penny's a darling. See, I'm even calling her Penny.
Look, this is something I should have said a long time ago, but I let myself get swept away because I love you so.
Oh, darling.
No, I need to make this clear. You're from a whole different world, Tony. A whole different kind of people. Oh, I don't mean money or social. Those things are too silly. But your family and mine, Tony. It wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work.
All right, I'm your way. That's basically all I'm looking for.
Because she can't dance.
Have fun at dancing like she does. Oh, hello. How's the ballet?
Hi, Essie.
Wonderful.
Hello. Hi.
So, what do you people think? Me and Ed just saw Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Do you think she can dance, Mr. Kirby?
Why, yes. I've always thought so.
What does she do anyhow? Now look, Mr. Kirby, you're Fred Astaire and I'm Ginger Rogers.
Essie, please.
I only want to use it for him and Alice. Okay, now look, Mr. Kirby.
Essie, you're just as good a dancer as Ginger Rogers. We all agree.
You see, Ed?
Yeah. Come on, Essie. We're butting in here.
Oh, they've been together all evening. All right. Good night, Mr. Kirby. Good night, Alice.
Good night, Mrs. Carmichael.
Good night. Essie, did you ask Grandpa about us having a baby?
Oh, yeah. He said go right ahead.
See, Tony, that's what it would be like.
Oh, I didn't mind that at all. And we wouldn't be living with your family. It would just be you and I.
No, Tony, it's never quite like that. I love them. I love them deeply. Some people could break away from their family. I couldn't. I know they're rather strange, and they do rather silly and funny things sometimes, but they're happy and they're fun. I don't know, there's a sort of nobility to them.
Alice, you talk as though you're the only one that can understand them. That's not true. Why, every family's got strange little quirks. My father raises orchids at $10,000 a bulb. Is that sensible? My mother believes in spiritualism. It is just as bad as your mother running planes.
No, Tony, it goes deeper than that. Your mother believes in spiritualism because it's fashionable, and your father raises orchids because he can afford to. My mother writes plays because 8 years ago a typewriter was delivered here by mistake.
Darling, what of it?
And what about Grandpa? 35 years ago, he just quit business. He got in the elevator, went up to his office, got back in the elevator, came right back down again. He just quit. Could have been a very rich man, but he said it took too much time. So for the last 35 years, all he's done is go to commencement ceremonies and circuses and collect snakes, for goodness sakes. And it never occurs to any of them.
Oh, hello there, children.
Oh, Grandpa.
Good evening, Mr. Vanderhoff. Well, how's the weather looking? It looks around like a nice summer evening out there.
Yes, it's lovely, Grandpa.
Well, I'm off. I've got a date with the policeman on the corner.
I'm sorry, policeman?
Oh yeah, we've got a standing date. 12:30 every night. I've known him since he was a little boy, around yay high. He's really a doctor, but ever since he graduated, he came to me and said that he didn't want to be a doctor, that he'd always wanted to be a policeman. So I said to him, you go ahead and be a policeman, if that's what you want to be. And so he did. How do you like my new hat?
Oh, it's very nice, Mr. Vanderhoff.
Yeah, I like it. The government gave it to me.
Now, Tony, do you see what it would...
Oh, excuse me. Didn't realize you folks was in here.
It's fine, Tom.
Reba kind of fancied some candy on. Oh, it's right there. You all don't want any, do you?
No, Tom.
Did you have a nice evening?
Yes, Donald.
Nice dinner?
Yes, Donald.
Was the ballet nice?
Yes, Donald.
That's nice.
Oh, now do you see what it would be like, Tony? Could you explain Donald to your father? Could you explain grandfather? You couldn't, Tony. You couldn't. I love you. I love you too. It's no use, Tony. It's just no use.
Darling, you only said one thing that makes sense at all. One thing that matters. You love me.
Of course I do, Tony.
But don't you think other people have had the same problem? Everyone has a family.
But not like mine.
That doesn't stop. People love each other. Darling, why won't you trust me and go on loving me and forget everything else? Because nothing can keep us apart. You know that. You must know that. They want you to be happy enough that they
Of
must.
course they do, Tony, but they can't change. I wouldn't want them
And
to.
they won't have to change. They're charming, lovable people just as they are. Everything will work out. Oh, you're worrying about something that may never come up.
Am I?
All that matters right now is that we love each other. So, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, then...
Yes, of course.
No, I'd like to see a little bit more dating on here. You know, Dutchman calling, getting engaged and all.
Well, what should I say?
Well, first you thank the young gentleman for getting engaged to you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Curtin, for getting engaged to me.
And then next you tell him what it was about him that first took your girl charge.
Well, it was the back of your head.
Huh?
Yeah, it wasn't your charm, it wasn't your money. It was the back of your head. I just kind of liked it.
And what happened when I turned around?
I got used to it after a while.
Oh, darling, we're pretty lucky, aren't we?
I know I am. I must be the luckiest girl in the whole world.
And I'm not exactly unlucky myself. Dear, I guess I ought to. Good night, darling. Until tomorrow.
Good night.
Oh, isn't it wonderful we work in the same office together? Otherwise I'd have to hang around here all day.
Wouldn't it be funny in the office tomorrow seeing each other going on as if nothing happened?
I am so glad I am vice president. I can dictate to you all day. Miss Sycamore, I love you. I love you. I love you.
You're such a fool.
Why don't you stop by the drugstore tomorrow morning before you go up?
No.
I have a million things to say to you.
Sure.
And then there is lunch and dinner tomorrow.
Tell me what will people say.
Well, it's got to come out sometime. In fact, if you know a good house time, I'd like to do some shouting.
We did some nice work today, didn't we, Mr. Vito?
That's what? 500 Black Panthers, 300 willow trees, and 8 dozen junior kitty bombers? Goodness.
Oh, Alice. Hi. Did you just come in?
Oh no. I've been home for quite a while.
Did you have a nice evening?
Yes. It was wonderful.
Did we miss something?
Hi. Well, Mr. Vito, can you turn off the light? I'd like Miss Sycamore to get the full effect of this new red fire.
What? Red fire, Father?
Look at this new red fire. Isn't it amazing?
It's beautiful, Father. Everything's beautiful. It's the most beautiful red fire in the world.
So I said, you take your old dog back.
Well, I'm ready for you to read the new play, Miss Wellington. Anytime you are. Oh, just a minute, dear. Just a minute.
The only thing is, and I hope you don't mind my asking this, but you don't drink when you're acting, do you, Miss Wellington? I'm just asking, of course. I'm glad you brought that up. Once I play with this, I never let it happen. The minute the stage door opens, the bottle gets put away. Until intermission.
Have you been on the stage a long time, Mr. Wellington?
All my life, I've played everything. Ever seen Piddle My Heart?
Yes.
I thought, too. Good stuff. Hot.
Would you like me to open the window or something?
Oh, the hell of a letter. Say, ew.
Reba, she's just acting. She don't mean anything.
Well, anytime you're ready, Miss Wellington, we'll go up to my room to read the play. I thought we could play in my room. Not right here.
see snakes, it's time to go down.
No, Miss Wellington, those snakes are real. Those are grandpa's. Those are real. Miss Wellington? Miss Wellington?
She's out like a light.
Better let her sleep it up.
Reba, Miss Wellington just passed out.
Do you think she'll be alright?
Yes, but I wouldn't cast her for the religious play.
Well, I suppose I'll just have to wait.
You know, Betty, next time you meet an actress singing on top of a bus, I think I'd send her the play instead of bringing her home to read it.
And after she stopped trying to take those buttons out, I need to be back to play Queen's Night with Koyankov comes.
Going out coming tonight?
Yes, tomorrow night's his night, but I had to change it on account of Alice.
Oh, big doings around here tomorrow night, eh?
Isn't it exciting? You know, I'm so nervous. You think it was me he was engaged to instead of Alice. I wonder what it'll be like. His mother and father. Ed, what are you doing now?
Penny, take a look at this new mask I just made. Guess who it is?
Don't tell me now, Ed. Helen of Troy.
It's Mrs. Roosevelt.
You know, the nice thing about these mechanical sets is that you can make basically anything out of them. Last week, it was the Empire State Building.
Well, what is it this week?
Queen Mary.
Man, it doesn't have very hat on.
Do you think you could take a look outside and see if there's anybody out there?
Why? What for?
With the last few days when I've been out delivering candy, I think a man's been following me.
Ed, you're crazy.
No, I'm not. He follows me and he stands and he watches the house.
Really? I'll take a look and see.
You know, I don't see what anyone would follow you for, Ed.
Well, there's a lot of kidnapping going on, Grandpa.
Yeah, but not of Ed.
Did you see anyone?
Nobody out there.
You're sure?
Positive. Just saw him walk away.
You see?
Oh, it could have just been anybody walking along the street. Will you hurry and get back?
All right.
Want to go down now, Mr. Sycamore, finish packing up those fireworks?
Yeah, we gotta take them up.
All right.
Mother, may I have a piece of paper? I'm making a list for Reba for tomorrow.
Here's some.
Oh my goodness. What happened to your actress friend? She did a performance?
No, Alice. She's really drunk.
Now, Essie, dear, you're going to be giving Reba the kitchen all day tomorrow, aren't you? Because she'll need it.
Of course, Alice. I'm gonna go start some love drinks right now, so I'll be way ahead. Thank you, dear.
Now, Mother, I'm going to be home at 3 o'clock tomorrow. We'll have everything down in the basement by that time. The typewriter, the snakes, the printing press.
And Miss Wellington.
I think Miss Wellington. Good point, Grandma. I'm sure she's in the basement. Out of the way. That should give me enough time to arrange to fix the flowers.
Oh, the Gurries are certainly going to get the wrong impression of this house.
We'll do all of that tomorrow night, Mother, won't you? Of course, dear. Thank you. And I think I better have the cocktails ready by 7:15 just in case I have to come a little early. I wonder if I should let Reba cook it. What do you think, Grandpa?
Now, darling, I wouldn't worry. From what I've seen of the boy, the Gurries are very nice people. And if everything isn't so elaborate tomorrow night, that's okay too.
Darling, I'm not trying to impress anyone or pretend we're anything you want. I just want everything to go awful.
Oh, no reason why it shouldn't, darling.
We're going to do everything we can to make this a nice evening.
Oh, my darlings, I love you. You're the most wonderful family in the world. And I'm the happiest girl in the world. I didn't know it was possible for anyone to be so happy. These past few weeks have been floating. He's so wonderful, Grandma. Just seeing him, you don't know what it does to me.
Just seeing him, huh? Just seeing him for lunch, and for dinner, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, and at 9 o'clock the next morning. You're at the office again, and there he is. Just seeing him,
Oh,
huh?
I don't care, Grandma. I'm in love. Reba! Reba?
Nice, isn't it? Nice seeing you're so happy.
You know, I remember when I was engaged to Paul, how happy I was. I still feel that way.
That's the way Ed and Essie get along, too.
And Donald and Reba, even though they're they're not married. Do you suppose Mr. Tupino will ever get married?
Well, there's Miss Wellington.
What was she? Wake up. Lord, you will never guess what I just found. Remember? Why, of course. It's my painting of you as the discus thrower. Look, Grandpa.
Yeah, I remember. Say, you've got a little bowl, Mr. Divina.
Isn't very noticeable? Well, there's some right there.
Well, it was a long time ago, Grandpa. Just before I stopped painting. Let me see, that was 8 years.
Yeah, just as well, too. I was going to wear the horn toga next.
My goodness, who would have thought the day I came to deliver the ice that I was going to stay here for 8 whole years?
Oh, the milkman was here for 5. Just ahead of you.
Why did he leave anyhow?
Oh, he didn't leave. He died.
Yes. Do you remember the funeral we had for our Grandpa? Although we never did know his name, and it was kind of hard to get him a certificate.
Oh, what was the name we finally made up for him?
Martin Vanderhoff. We gave him your name.
Oh, I remember.
Yes, it really was a lovely thought. Otherwise, he would have never gotten all those flowers.
Yeah, and it didn't hurt me none either. Not bothered with the mail anymore. And I haven't gotten a telephone call from that day to this.
Yes, it really was a lovely thought.
I wish you would finish that sometime, Mrs. Sycamore. My God, I'd like to have it.
You know what, Mr. Lupino? I'm going to do some work on it right tonight.
Say you will.
Yes, now, you get out to the cellar and put on your costume and bring up the easel. Is it still down there?
I think so.
Where's my brushes? Mr. Koyenkov. No, Mr. Koyenkov, as he's in the kitchen.
Madam Sycamore, I greet you. Grandpa, what should I do about Rebecca? I wish you'd make great toe dance. I wish you'd ask me.
I couldn't get up on my toes, Mr. Quincoff. I got corns.
You could bear diamonds. She's great. What is that?
Oh, that's a picture. Betty painted it.
It stinks.
I know. You take a look at that over there.
What is that?
Oh, that's an actress. Friend of Betty's.
She is drunk, no?
She's drunk. Yes. How are you, Mr. Koyenkov?
Magnificent. Like he's chasing around inside with a squirrel.
Jeez, huh? Say, got any more letters from your friend in Moscow?
I have just heard them. I saved you this now.
Oh, thanks.
They have sent him to Siberia.
Yeah, okay. How do you like it there?
He's escaped. He's escaped and gone back to Moscow. He will get them yet as they did not get him. How is the Soviet government? I could take the whole Soviet government and...
I'm sorry I'm late, Mr. Koyenkov. I'll go get my dancing clothes right away.
Tonight we will really go to Puebla, but tonight we will take something new.
Is Essie making any progress in her dancing?
Confidentially, she stinks!
Well, as long as she's having fun.
You sure do take a leave of Mr. Koyenkov. She's laughing her head off out there.
She is a great woman. Tell me, what do you think of the Soviet government?
So what, Mr. Koyenkov?
I withdraw the question. What do you think of this government?
Oh, I like it fine. I'm on relief, you
You
know.
like that?
Yes, sir, it's alright. Only thing is you gotta go down to that place every week and get it. Sometimes you gotta wait in that line almost near half an hour. Government ought to be run better than that, don't you think, Maria?
Yeah, government ought to stop sending me all those letters. You know, I read one earlier. I lost it though, but I think I recall it saying that it wanted me to be down at the United States Marshal Office at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, I believe. Something about income tax.
Ah, because they have got you now, Grandpa.
Yeah, they want me to give them a lot of money so as to keep Donald here on relief.
You don't say, Grandpa. You gonna pay from now on?
That's what they want.
You mean I can come right here and get it instead of waiting in that line?
No, Donald, I'm afraid you're gonna have to wait half an hour every week.
Well, I don't like it. It breaks up my week.
He should have been in Russia when the revolution came. Then he would have stood in the line. Grandpa, what they have done to Russia, think of it. The Grand Duchess, Olga Katrina, a cousin of the Shah. She is a waitress in Child's Restaurant, Times Square. I only met meeting her just yesterday. It broke my heart. It's a crazy world, Grandpa.
Oh, the world's not so crazy, Koyenkov. It's the people in it. You see, life's pretty simple if you just relax.
How can you relax in times like these?
Well, if people relaxed, there wouldn't be times like these. That's just my point. Life's kind of beautiful if you let it come to you. But people forget that. I know I did. I was right in the thick of it. Fighting, scratching and clawing. It was a regular jungle. Then it kind of hit me one day. I wasn't having any fun.
So, what did you do?
Just relaxed. 35 years ago that was, and I've been a happy man ever since.
Oh, hello, Miss Alice. I have not seen you to send my congratulations.
Thank you.
You may be very happy and have many children, such as my friend. That's quite fun. Ah, love. Love is all that is left in the world, Grandpa.
Oh, but there's still plenty of that left.
And soon Stalin will take it away too, I tell you.
Seems so nice to get into my gardenings again. They still look fine, don't they, Grandpa?
Yes, they do.
You are a breath of Paris, my little second one.
Why, thank you, Mr. Koyenkoff.
I didn't know you was working for the WPA.
Oh, no, Donald. You see, I used to paint all the time. But one day I started writing a play and never painted again.
It happened again. There was a man following me everywhere I went.
Nonsense, Ed. It's just your imagination.
No, it's not. He follows me every time I go out to deliver candy.
Well, maybe he wants a piece of candy.
It's all right for you to laugh. He's following me around.
You do not know what following is. In Russia, everybody is following. I was followed right out of Russia.
You see, Ed, it's all in your imagination.
Maybe.
Here we are.
Ta-da! Where do you want this over there?
Come right here, Mr. Tina.
And for tonight's lesson, we use the first movement of Sheridan.
Okay.
Mr. DePina, has something happened to your figure over these 8 years?
I don't think it's any different.
Yes, Miss Wellington? Yes? Oh, dear. I'm sorry I'm late, Mr. Claycroft. I couldn't find my slippers.
We have a hot night for Pavlova, but art is only achieved through perspiration.
Why, that's wonderful. Did you hear that, Grandpa? Art is only achieved through perspiration.
Yes, but it helps if you have a little talent, too. I only got 2 bullseyes last night. Gotta do better than that.
You are ready. We begin now. Pirouette. Oh, come now. You can do better than that. It's 18 years now. Yes, at last. Entreché. No, Grandpa, you cannot relax the sun in Russia. The show relaxing. Look what happened to him.
It was too late.
Mr. Claycroft!
You are relaxing, but I'm just would not be selling big beans today.
Mr. Claycroft!
I'm sorry. We go back to the pirouette.
Mr. DePina, pull in your stomach a little. Yes, that's right.
Just a little free with the hands. The whole body must work. And the music must be free too.
Good evening.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes.
I hope you're not too early.
No, come on in. It's perfectly all right. We're glad to see you.
Why, yes, of course. Only we thought you were coming tomorrow night. Tomorrow night?
Well, now it's perfectly all right. Just make yourselves at home.
I thought.
Most embarrassing.
Why, not at all. Why, we weren't doing a thing.
No, just quiet evening at home.
That's all. Now, this is Alice's mother, Mrs. Sycamore.
How do you do?
This is Alice's sister, Mrs. Carmichael. Her husband, Ed Carmichael, Mr. Koyenkoff, and Mr. Yakina.
Hello.
What do you do?
Don't mind my costume. I'm just thinking my doll.
Oh, Mr. Davina, would you tell Mr. Sycamore to come right on up? Tell him that Mr. and Mrs. Gerby are here.
And be sure to put his pants on.
Excuse me.
I'll tell Alice that you're, Alice, dear.
Yes, Mother?
Will you come down? We have a little, surprise for you.
Mrs. Gerby, please take a seat. May I take your wrap?
Oh, if you're perfectly sure.
No, don't be alarmed. Why, they're perfectly harmless.
Thank you.
And take them to the kitchen.
You know, we're just so used to them being around the house.
I'm sorry, but this happens to be.
I feel very uncomfortable about this. Tony, how could you have done such a thing? I'm sorry, Dad. I thought it was tonight. Well, it was very careless of me. Very.
Oh no, Mr. Kirby, anybody can get mixed up. Really, it's all right.
Yeah, Benny, how about seeing these folks some dinner? They've come for dinner, you know?
Oh, please don't bother. We're really not hungry at all. It's not a bit of a bother. Ed, tell Donald to run down to the A&P and get half a dozen bottles of beer, some canned salmon. Do you like canned salmon, Mr. Kirby?
Oh, please don't trouble. I have a little indigestion anyway.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you like canned salmon, Mrs. Kirby? Oh, very fond of it. Well, you could have hot dogs if you'd rather. Either one will do. Okay, well, make it some hot dogs, some canned corn, and Campbell's soup. Got that, Ed?
Yeah.
And tell Donald to hurry. The A&P is just around the corner, and hot dogs won't take any time at all to boil.
Okay.
Oh, and this is Alice's father, Mr. Sycamore, Mr. and Mrs. Kirby.
How do you do?
Pardon my, appearance.
Yes, you see, this is Mr. Sycamore's busiest time of year. Right before the 4th of July, he always...
Alex, I am so sorry. I'm the most annoying person in the world. I thought it was nice.
I'm sorry. I'm not quite sure why I was like, have you all met each other?
Yes, indeed.
How do you do, Alice? How do you do, Mrs. Kirby? Pardon me, I'm afraid I'm going to present you.
Oh, darling, you look lovely. Of course she does. Don't let us upset you. We've all just made each other nicer, that's all.
I was planning such a nice party for tomorrow evening.
Well, we'll come again tomorrow. Oh, see? There you are, darling. Am I forgiven?
I guess so. I think it just was complete. Oh, we better see what you guys to dinner.
Oh, no, Alice. That's all been taken care of. That's all been attended to.
What did you send out? Has Mr. Kirby suffers from indigestion?
I asked her what he wanted, Alice.
Yes, Mother, but sometimes things
It's really not that serious. It's just a little digestion.
No, perhaps it don't indigestion at all, Mr. Kirby. Perhaps you have stomach ulcers. Mr. Kolienko!
Now, don't lie, Mr. Goyakov. He's a Russian, and Russians are inclined to think a little on the dark
All right,
side.
well, I am a Russian, but a friend of mine, a Russian, died from stomach ulcers, so I think it is Kolienko. Mr. Kirby just has indigestion.
Well, Mr. Kirby, please take a seat.
Oh,
No, Mr. Kirby, we have a much better chair for you. It's even got wheels for one such as students with.
Thank you.
So, tell me, how are business conditions looking? Are we pretty well out of the depression?
What? Oh, yes, I think so. Of course, it all depends.
Well, do you think things are going to keep on improving?
Broadly speaking, yes. As a matter of fact, industry is now operating at 64% of full capacity, as opposed to 82 in 1925. Oh, of course, in 1929.
That may seem a little strange to you people, but she's not quite accountable for her actions. You see, she's a friend of Miss Sycamore's. She came to dinner and was overwhelmed by the heat.
The heat. The heat. You know, some people, they really just, they feel it more than others. Will you excuse me for just a moment? It is awful hot.
Oh, you usually escape all this hot weather, don't you, Mrs. Kirby? Up in there?
As a rule. I had to come down this week, however, for the flower show.
Oh.
Oh, Mother wouldn't miss that for the world. That blue ribbon is the high spot every year.
You know, I would have written a flower show once for raising onions. Remember, Alice?
That was a garden show, I see.
Yes.
Well, I think she'll be, all right. Has Donald been back yet?
No, he hasn't.
Well, he'll be back soon. Afraid you all must be starved.
It's quite all right. What's this? I didn't know there were children here. What?
No, that's mine.
Yeah.
Really? I suppose every man has a child. Or you is it a model of some kind? Or...
No, I just play with it.
I see. Perhaps you'd be better off, Father, if you had a hobby like that, instead of raising your orchids. Yes, I would be surprised.
Well, did you tell us about your orchids, Mr. Kirby? You know they take almost 6 years to blossom, don't they? Think of that.
Something longer than that.
Really?
I've got one coming along and waiting 10 years for it.
Believe it or not, I was waiting for an orchid once.
Yes, and of course during that time I did her with scrupulous care. I remember a ball I was very fond of.
Donald, did you get everything?
Yes, ma'am, only they didn't have hot dogs, so I got pickled pig's feet.
Oh, that's fine.
Don't worry, never mind. I'll just bring everything. Please, will you also have? Mr. Kirby, please do tell everyone about your orchids. I'm sure they'd love to hear it. And, excuse me.
Kind of an expensive hobby, isn't it, Mr. Kirby?
Yes, it is, but I feel that if a hobby gives off a sufficient pleasure, it's never expensive.
Very true.
You see, I need something to relieve the daily nerve strain. After moving Wall Street, I go crazy when I have something like that. I know guys who have yachts just for that reason.
Why don't they give up Wall Street?
What?
I'm just joking.
Well, I feel it's important for everyone to have a hobby. Of course, it's more than a hobby, but my great solace is spiritualism.
Spiritualism? Oh, Mrs. Kirby, everybody knows that that's a fake.
To me, Sycamore, spiritualism is, well, I'd rather not discuss it with Sycamore.
Now, Penny, you have a few hobbies of your own.
Yes, well, not silly ones.
I don't think it matters what the hobby is. The important thing is to have one.
To be ideal, a hobby must improve the body as well as the mind. Sir Romans were great people, like, what was the hobby? Wrestling. In wrestling, you must think quick with the mind and act quick with the body.
Yes, but I'm afraid wrestling is not very practical for most of us. I wouldn't make a very good showing as a wrestler.
You could be a great wrestler. You'll torch love.
Oh my gosh!
All right.
Where are my glasses?
You're back, Mr. Kirby. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Kirby, they're broken. Oh, I'm sorry, but of course, next time you wrestle, you will not wear glasses.
I do not intend to wrestle again, Mr. Kulinkoff. Best sit down, Father.
Jacob, how could you? Why didn't anybody stop him?
You know, Alice, I think it's best if we left. I mean,
Oh, no, Mrs. Kirby, please. Please, don't go. Mr. Kirby, I ordered some egg salad for you and it's plain. Please don't go. I'm very sorry if I did something wrong and I apologize. See, if I had only been here, it would have never happened. I'm so sorry.
It's alright. It's alright. See? It's alright, Alice. It's gonna be alright. We're not going.
Well, that was exciting for a minute now, wasn't it?
Yeah, tell us more about your orchids, Mr. Kirby. You raise many different varieties.
We quite forgot about it.
Oh.
I'm awful sorry, Mr. Kirby. What did I do that was so terrible? I threw him on the floor. Did it kill him? No, it's Mr. Kulinkoff.
Dinner won't be any time at all now. Would you like some candy? What do you think, Mr. Kirby?
My doctor's not bringing me any candy, thank you.
oh, but these are nothing. Just coconut and marshmallow
Excuse
and...
me.
Well, Miss Alice. Miss Alice.
Excuse me, just a minute.
The eggs fell down the sink.
Well, make some more quick.
I don't have any more.
Send Donald out for someone. And tell him to hurry. Everything will be ready just a minute.
I'm afraid I put you all in a lot of trouble with my stupidity.
Not at all, Tony.
Look, why don't we all play a game of some sort while we're waiting?
Fine.
Mother, I don't think Mr. Well, I only run till I do, so you take a glass of water.
Oh, Mr. Kulinkoff, please sit down.
Well, I'm sure Mr. and Mrs. Kirby would love this game. It's perfectly harmless.
Please, Mother.
Miss Sycamore, I'm not very good at games.
Oh, what any fool could play
I'll call out 5 words, just anything at all. And as soon as I say each word, you put down the very first thing that comes to your mind.
I doesn't have a tip to it. Thank you.
Is that clear? For example, if I say green, you might put down grass. Or if I say table, you might put down chair. It shows the reactions people have to different things. You see how simple it is, Mr. Kirby?
Oh, come on, Father. Be a sport. Alright, fine. I'll be happy to play.
You see, Alice? Mr. Kirby does want to play. Now, is everybody ready for the first word? Remember, you must put down the first thing that comes to your mind. The first word is potatoes. Potatoes. Is everybody ready for the next word? The next word would be bathroom. Bathroom. All right. Everybody got that? The next word is lust.
Mother, this is nonsense, Alice. That word's all right. It's not all right.
I don't know, Alice. It seems like a perfect fair word to me.
You see, Alice? Now you mustn't interrupt the game.
Maybe the last one again, please.
Lust, Mr. Kirby.
Got it. This is certainly quite a game, isn't it?
Grandpa. All right. The next word is honeymoon. Quiet, Essie. Honeymoon. All right. And is everybody ready for the last word? The last word is sex. Sex. Has everybody got that? All right. Now collect your cards. There's your card, Mr. Kirby.
Wait, what do we do now?
Collecting your cards. Thank you.
Yeah, but after that.
I'll read off your cards.
Oh, makes sense.
Oh, I see. It's really quite an interesting game.
You would like it, Mr. Kirby. I'll read your card first.
Oh.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
You started.
All right, now I'm going to read Mr. Kirby's card. Mr. Kirby. Potatoes, steak. Why, yes. See how those go together? Potatoes and steak. Steak and potatoes.
I just haven't been to it.
It's very good. Bathroom, toothpaste. Lust, unlawful. Honeymoon, trip. Sex, male. Why, yes, you are. That's really a wonderful card.
Thank you. It's more than just a game, you know. It's sort of an experiment in psychology.
Yes, it really shows how your mind works. Now we'll see how Mrs. Kirby's mind works. This is Mrs. Kirby. Mrs. Kirby. Potatoes, starch. I know just what you mean, Mrs. Kirby. Bathroom? Oh dear. Bathroom, Mr. Kirby.
What's that?
Bathroom, Mr. Kirby?
I don't understand.
Oh, I don't know, Anthony. It's just, you're in there a good deal, you know. Bathing, shaving, well, you do take a long time.
Indeed. I wasn't aware of being so selfish in that matter. Go on, Mr.
Really, this is a silly game, and I think we ought to stop.
Yes.
No. No. Please, go on.
Where was I? Oh yes. Lust, human.
Human. Really?
I only meant, Anthony, that lust after all is a human emotion.
I disagree with you. Lust is not a human emotion. It is depraved.
Very well, Anthony, I'm wrong.
Really, this is the most pointless game. Suppose we play 20 questions straight.
No, I rather like this game. What was the next word?
Honeymoon.
Yes, and what was Miss Kirby's answer?
Honeymoon. Dull.
Did you say dull?
I only meant, Anthony, that hot springs wasn't very fun that season. All those old people sitting on the porch all day long and nothing to do at night.
That was not your reaction at the time as I recall it. Father, this is only a game. A very illuminating game. Go on, Mr. Kumar.
Oh, now this sounds all right. Sex, Wall Street.
Wall Street. What's that mean?
I don't know, Anthony. Nothing.
Well, you clearly meant something or you wouldn't have wrote it
It
down.
was the first thing that came to my head, that's all.
But what does it mean? Sex? Wall Street?
I don't know, Anthony. It's just like you're always talking about Wall Street. Perhaps, Alice, it would be best if we didn't stay for dinner. I'm afraid this game is giving me a headache.
I understand, Mrs. Kirby.
Yes, perhaps we're postpone the dinner.
Oh, well, you're still coming tomorrow night, aren't you? We have an engagement tomorrow night.
Perhaps we better postpone the whole affair. I think we are being very ungracious, Father. Of course we'll stay to dinner. Tonight.
Tony, I have a really bad headache.
Come, Tony. I'm sure everyone here understands.
Well, I don't. I think we ought to stay.
Wait, what, Alice?
We were fools, Tony. We were fools to everything that would work. We can't. Mr. Kirby, I'm sorry. I won't be at the office tomorrow. I won't be there for all the
What are you talking about? I'm sorry. Are you ready, Miriam?
Yes, Sam.
Alice, you mustn't mind this. It was nice to have met you all.
Yes. Lovely.
Are you coming, Tony?
No, Father, I'm not.
I see. Well, your mother and I will be waiting for you at home. Good night.
Good night.
Stay right where you are, everybody. Don't move.
What is this? I demand an explanation.
Shut up. Which one is it?
This is him.
What are you doing?
What?
What do you mean?
This is outrageous.
Shut up. What's your name?
Edward Carmichael. I haven't done anything.
You haven't, huh? Uh-huh. This seems rather high-handed to me. What's this all about? The Department of Justice?
Oh my goodness. J-Man, Ed, what have you done?
I haven't done anything.
What's going on, officer?
Grandpa, what is happening?
That drove you to the cellar?
Yes, it does.
Matt? Jim?
Yes, sir.
Take a look upstairs and see what you find.
Okay.
I haven't done anything.
Come here, you. Ever seen these before?
They're my circulars.
You print this stuff, huh? And you put them in candy to get them to people's homes?
The love dreams? But I didn't mean anything by it. I just like to print stuff.
You didn't, huh? Dynamite the Capitol, dynamite the White House, dynamite the Supreme Court. God is the state is God.
But I didn't mean it like that. I just like to print stuff. Don't I, Grandpa?
Now listen here, officer. The government's in no danger from death. Printing's just as hobby. He'll print anything at all. He does, eh?
I have never heard of such nonsense.
Okay, I refuse to stay here now.
Let me get my money. Let me get my money. You're right. They have enough gunpowder down there to blow up the whole city.
Keep still. Everyone's house is under arrest.
It seems to me.
Shut up, all of you.
Keep still, you.
Stop that.
Stop it.
Who's that?
Just survive.
For appearance in the West Side Court this morning after spending the night in jail, the defendants, 13 in all, were brought before Judge Callahan and given suspended sentences for the manufacturing of fireworks without a permit.
Yeah, can't be in the same cell as a script teaser for a last show.
I was in a cell with Mr. Kirby. He was angry.
Mrs. Kirby and the script teaser, they were fighting all night.
Well, what about Mr. Kirby in here? Anthony W. Kirby, 62 Wall Street, who was among those apprehended, declared he was in no way interested in manufacturing of fireworks, but refused to state why he was on the premises at the time of the raid. Mr. Kirby is a member of the Union Club, the Racket Club, the Harvard Club, and the National Geographic Society. He certainly is a joiner.
All them rich folks are boss or something.
I suppose after all this, Mr. Tony isn't going to marry Miss Alice, huh?
No, it's too bad too. Miss Alex sure loves that boy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all that food out there in the kitchen. There ain't gonna be no party tonight, that's for sure.
Ain't we going to eat it anyhow?
Well, I'm cooking it, but I'm afraid they're not gonna
Well, I'm hungry.
Well, they ain't. They're all so broke up about Miss Alice.
What's she going away for anyways? Where is she going?
I don't know, mountain someplace. If she's going all right, I know Miss Alice when she gets that look in her eye.
Too bad, ain't it?
Sure is.
Not even a balloon left. Look at this.
How's the ham, Mr. Peanut? Better?
Oh, yes, it's better. Is there some more olive oil out there?
It's in the salad bowl.
Thanks.
Well, she's going all right. Nothing anyone says can stop her.
She's not going to be away long. Is she Miss Eve anymore?
I don't know. She wouldn't say.
My, going to be lonesome around here without her.
How you feel, Mrs. Sycamore?
Oh, I'm fine, Donald. I'm just a little upset. Perhaps if I just work, I'll feel better.
Well, I won't bother you then, Mrs. Sycamore.
She's going, Penny.
Yes.
No, Penny.
I can't help it, Paul. Somehow I feel like this is our fault.
It's mine more than yours. If I just paid more attention to Alice.
Don't say that, Paul. You've been a wonderful father and husband, too.
No, I haven't. If I'd just been an architect or an engineer, something Alice could have been proud of. I felt that all last night looking at Mr. Kirby.
But we've been so happy, Paul.
Yes, I know, but what if that's not enough? I'm just all mixed up right now.
What time is she going?
Pretty soon, train leaves 7:30.
Oh, if only she'd see Tony again, I'm sure he could persuade her.
But she won't. He's been trying all day.
Well, where's he now?
I don't know, probably taking another walk. Anyhow, she won't see him.
Well, maybe he could catch her as she's leaving?
It won't help Penny.
No, I don't suppose so. You know, I feel sorry for Tony, too. Yes, Grandpa?
Now, Penny, leave
But
the
Grandpa!
I suppose she goes to the Adirondacks. You can only take so much of the Adirondacks, and then you come home.
Well, but it's also terrible, Grandpa.
Anyway, but there's a bright side too, you know.
How so?
Well, for one thing, Mr. Kirby getting into the patrol car and the look on his face when he and Donald went to take a bath together. Yes, sir, I'll never forget that if I live to be 100 years old. And I warn you people, I intend to, with if I can have things like this going on around here.
Well, it was even worse with Mrs. Kirby. When the matron stripped her, there was a burlesque dancer there singing some strip song while Mrs. Kirby undressed.
Well, the bar would have seemed pretty dull to the Kirby's come summer.
Oh, Alice,
Do you
dear.
need any help? Now, Penny, leave her alone.
No, I just gotta press these.
I'll bring the big bag down as soon as you're ready, Alex.
Thank you.
Do you want to take some candy? Oh, I can trade Alice.
No, thanks, Ceci.
Really, Alice, you could be just as alone here as you could in the mountains. You could stay here alone in your room all the time.
Oh, Mother, I have to go away. Be by myself for a while. I love you all. You know that. I just have to go away for a little while. I'll be all right. Father, did you phone for a cab?
No, I didn't know you wanted one.
Oh, I told Mr. Peanut to tell you, Paul. Didn't he tell you?
Oh, he told me. I forgot.
I wish I didn't live in a family that always forgot everything, that behaved the way other people's families do. I'm sick of cornflakes and dogs and everything. Why can't we be like other families? Roast beef and two green vegetables and doilies on the table. A place you can bring friends to.
I'll see if there's anything I can do. Tony, talk to her, please. She's in the kitchen.
Oh, thanks. Alice? Alice, listen to me,
It's no
please.
use.
Alice, you're not being fair. At least let me talk to you.
Where'd they go?
Upstairs.
She walked right out the minute he came in.
Not to the other one, right out of my hand. I'm going to smell a little fishy.
How are you feeling, Mr. Davina? Hand still hurting you?
Much better.
Everything burnt up downstairs already.
Everything. And my rolling costume, too.
I told you there was a bright side to everything. Like my 23 years back with income tax. I get another letter from them every day. This one says final notice. I don't have anything.
What are you going to do about that, Grandpa? I mean,
Well, I had got an idea last night. I don't think it'll work, but it couldn't hurt to try.
What is it?
Well,
But
you will excuse my coming today. I realize you are upset.
It's okay, Mr. Kolyankov.
I don't think I can take a lesson today, Mr. Kolyankov.
That's
to it.
Oh, but do stay to dinner, Mr. Kolyankov. We have all that food out there, and somebody's got to eat it.
I will be happy to, Madam Sycamore.
Fine.
Thank you. Now, I wondered if I know you well enough to ask of you a great favor.
Of course, what is it?
You have heard me talk about my friends, the Grand Duchess Olga Katrina.
Yes?
She is great when she's a Grand Duchess. Her cousin was the Tsar of Russia, and today she is a waitress in Charles Restaurant, Times Square.
Yes, I know. And if there's anything at all we can do.
I tell you, the Grand Duchess Olga Katrina has not had a good meal since before the revolution.
She must be hungry then.
And today, she not only has her Thursday off, but it's also the anniversary of Peter the Great. A remarkable man.
Mr. Kolyankov, if you mean you'd like to have the Grand Duchess come here to dinner, why we'd be honored. Yes!
What's the name of the Grand Duchess?
I can hardly wait. Where's she now?
She is just outside waiting. I'm gonna...
Ed, show me your tie. I see your dress. How do I look? All right?
Well, if I'm up to live to be 150 if I can have things keep going up like this.
The Grand Duchess Olga Katrina. Your Highness, permit me to present to you, Madam Sycamore. Madam Carmichael, Grandpa,
Madam.
Mrs. Sycamore, Mr. Carmichael, and Mr. Dickey.
Now, Mr. Dickey.
Oh, do be seated, Your Highness.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, how soon is dinner? Oh, it'll be very soon, Your Highness. Very soon.
I do not mean to be rude, but I must be back at the restaurant by 8 o'clock. I'm substituting for another waitress.
I will make sure you are back on time.
Oh, thank you, Kolyankov.
You know, Highness, I think you waited on me in Child's once. The 72nd Street place, no?
No, that was my sister.
The Grand Duchess Natasha.
I work in Times Square.
Oh, so there's a lot of your folks living down here now, eh?
Yes, many. My uncle, the Grand Duke Sergei, he is elevator man at Macy's. Very nice man. Then there's my cousin, Prince Alexis. He will not speak to the rest of us because he works at Hattie Carnegie. He is in ladies' underwear.
When he was selling hot dogs at Coney Island, he was willing to talk to you.
Oh, Kolyankov, our time is coming. My sister Natasha is studying to be manicurist. Uncle Sergei, they had promised to make floor walker. And next month, I get transferred to Fifth Avenue, Charles. From there, it's only a step to Strauss. And then we will see what Prince Alexis says.
I think you got
You
it.
are telling me?
Your Highness, did you know the Tsar? Personally, I mean.
Of course, he was my cousin. It was terrible what happened, but perhaps it was for the best.
Rather, that's true.
Poor relations are poor relations. It is the same in every family. My cousin, the King of Sweden, he was very nice to us for about 10 years. Every now and then he would send a money order, but then he just said, I cannot go on. I am not doing so well myself. I do not blame him.
No, of course not. Will you excuse me for just a moment?
Tell me, Grand Duchess, is it true what they say about Rasputin?
Everyone wants to know about Rasputin. Yes, my dear sir, it is true. And how?
Oh, don't say. Your Highness, we have to watch the time.
Yes, I must not be late. The manager does not like me. He's communist.
Well, we'll hurry things up. I say, will you go help me in the kitchen?
I will help you. I am very good cook.
Oh, Your Highness, not on your day off.
Do not mind. Where is your kitchen?
It's right through here, but you're the guest of honor, Your Highness.
But I love to cook. Come, Kolyankov. If they have got some Dutch cheese and sour cream, I will make you some pizza.
Oh, Princess, come have a we show you something.
Say, Grand Duchess.
He's alright, isn't he?
Hey, Duchess, can I help?
She's got a great face for a mask, hasn't she?
Really, she's a very nice woman. Well, considering she's a Grand Duchess.
Yeah, mine's what some people go through. And still keep kind of happy, too.
She made me forget about everything for a minute.
Well, I better phone for that cab.
Oh, no, Paul. Here they are. Maybe Tony has. And will you bring my bag down, please?
Don't you do it, Ed!
Ed, please.
All right, bring it down. Don't you know you're the stubbornest daughter in all 48 states?
That must be the cab.
If it is, it's certainly a wonderful service.
Is Tony here, Alice?
Yes, he is, Mr. Kirby.
Wow, good evening.
Good evening. Forgive my intruding. Tony, I want you to come home with me. Your mother's very upset.
Oh, all right, Father. Goodbye, Alice.
Goodbye, John.
I need hardly say it. This is as painful to Miss Kirby and myself as it is to you people. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you understand.
Well, yes, and in a way, no. You see, I'm not the kind of person to run other people's lives, but I'd say these two youngsters don't have as much sense as, well, you and I do.
Grandpa, would you please not do this?
Alice, I'm just talking to Mr. Kirby. A cat can look at the king, can't he?
Do you want some help with that, Alice?
Yes, well, let me a cab, please.
Alice, you still have time before the train?
Yes, could you send a cab to 761 Claremont right away, please? Father.
You ready, Tony?
Now, Mr. Kirby, I suppose after last night, you may think this family's kind of crazy, don't you?
No, I would not say that. Though I'm not accustomed to going out to dinner than having to spend the night in jail.
Well, you've got to remember, Mr. Kirby, you came in on the wrong night. I bet if you stayed tonight, nothing would happen at all. Maybe.
Mr. Vanderhoff, it was not merely last night that convinced Miss Kirby and myself this whole engagement would be unwise.
I can handle my own affairs, Father. Alice, for the last time, would you marry me?
No, Tony. I know what your father means, and he's right.
No, he's not, Alice.
Alice, you're in love with this boy, but you're not marrying him because we're the kind of people we are. I know you think that the two families wouldn't get along, but maybe we won't. But who's to say they're right and we're wrong?
But, Grandpa, I never meant to. You know what I mean.
No, I only mean that Tony is too nice a boy to wake up 20 years from now with nothing in his life but stocks and bonds.
How's that?
Yes, mixed up and unhappy, just the way you are.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Vanderhoff. I'm a very happy man.
I don't think so. What do you get your indigestion from? Happiness? No, sir, you get it because you spend most of your time doing things you don't want to do.
I don't do anything I don't want to do.
Yes, you do. You said yourself last night that at the end of a week in Wall Street, you're pretty near crazy. So why do you keep on doing it?
Why do I keep on? It's my business. A man can't give up on his business.
Well, why not? You've got all the money you need. You can't take it with you.
It's a very easy thing to say, Mr. Vanderhoff, but I spent my entire life building up my business.
And what has it got you? Same kind of mail every morning, same kind of deals, same kind of meetings, same dinners at night, same indigestion. Where does the fun come in, Mr. Kirby? Don't you think that there ought to be something more? You ought to have wanted more than when you started out. We haven't got too much time, you know. Any of us.
What are you sure going to do then, huh? The way you do and do nothing?
Oh, I have loads of fun. Time enough for everything. Read, talk, visit the zoo now and then, practice my darts. I even have enough time to notice when spring comes around. I don't see anyone I don't want to, and I don't have to do 6 hours of things before I only get 1 hour of things that I like. Oh, and I haven't taken a bicarbonated soda in 35 years. What is the matter with that?
What's the matter with that? Suppose we all did that? A fine world we'd have everybody going to zoos. Don't be ridiculous. Who do the work?
Well, there's always someone to do the work, Mr. Kirby, because they like it. You can't stop them. Inventions, and they fly the ocean. And there'll always be someone to work down in Wall Street because they like it. But from what I've seen in you, Mr. Kirby, I don't think you're that kind of person. I think you're missing something.
Not aware of missing anything.
I was a dealer until I quit. I used to get down to that office 9 o'clock sharp every day, no matter how I felt. I used to lay awake at night for fear I wouldn't get that contract. Used to worry about the world. Got all worked up whether Cleveland or Blaine was going to be president. It seemed awful important at the time, but who cares now? What I'm trying to say, Mr. Kirby, is that I've had 35 years that nobody can take away from me, no matter what they do to the world. See?
Yes, I do see. It's a very dangerous philosophy, Mr. Vanderhoff. It's un-American, exactly why I'm opposed to this marriage.
What's wrong with it, Father?
Wrong with this? It's downright communism, that's what it is.
You didn't always think so.
What are you talking about? Of course I did.
I'll tell you what I'm talking about. You didn't always think so because there was a time when you wanted to be a trapeze artist. Don't be an idiot, Tony.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Kirby. Did you wear tights?
Certainly not. The whole thing's absurd. I was 14 at the time.
Yes, but at 18, you wanted to be a saxophone player, didn't you? I came across those letters you wrote to your grandfather. It's all down there in black and white. You didn't always think so.
Well.
And at 21, you ran away from home because your father was pushing you into business. You didn't always think so.
Okay, I may have had some silly notions in mind, but thank God my father knocked them out of me. I went into the business and forgot all about them.
Not altogether, Father. You still have a saxophone in the back of your clothes closet.
You do?
It's enough, Tony. We'll discuss this later.
No. No, I want to talk about it now. I think Mr. Vanderhoff is right. Dead right. I'm never going back to that place. I've hated it, and I'm not going to go on with it. And I'll tell you something else. I didn't make a mistake last night. I knew it was the wrong night. I brought you here on purpose.
Oh, heavens.
Because I wanted you to wake up. I wanted you to see a real family as they really were. A family that loved and understood each other. You never understood me. You never had the time. Well, I'm not going to make your mistake. I'm clearing out.
Wait, clearing out, what do you mean?
I mean, I'm not going to be pushed into the business just because I'm your son. I'm clearing out while I've still got time.
Alright, then what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Maybe I'll be a bricklayer. But at least I'll be doing something that I want to do.
That must be Cap.
Tell him to wait a minute, Ed. Do you mind, Alice? Now, Mr. Kirby, Tony's going through just what you and I went through when we were his age. I think if you look hard enough, you'll see yourself saying the same things to your father 25 years ago about. Now, and we were right. So, we were right. How many of us would be willing to settle for back then for what we eventually get? All those plans we make, what happens to them? And it's only a few of the lucky ones that can look back and even say they came close. Now, Mr. Kirby, I think, but before they clean out that clothes closet, that you should probably get a few good hours on that saxophone.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Before I make siblings, how many will there be to dinner?
Oh, this is Mr. Anthony Kirby Jr. Sorry, no. This is Mr. Anthony Kirby Jr. I'm sorry. This is Mr. Kirby. This is Mr. Kirby Jr.
How do you do?
How do
Yeah,
you?
this is the Grand Duchess Olga Katrina.
Before I make siblings, how many will there be to dinner?
Oh no, I made quite a stack of them. They can't ever tell, you see.
Good. The Tsar always told me, Olga, do not be stingy with the princess.
Pardon me, who did you say that was?
Oh yeah, that's the Grand Duchess Olga Katrina. She's making the dinner.
Oh.
Yeah, well, why don't you stay for dinner, Mr. Kirby? It'd give us plenty of chance to get acquainted.
Please do, Mr. Kirby. We have all that food out there that we were supposed to have last night. Well, technically tonight.
Well, how about it, Father? Are we staying for dinner? If you'd like to, I will. And now if you'll send away that cab, Mr. Sycamore, Mr. Vanderhoff.
Now, as it's going to be a good crowd, don't you think you ought to stay for dinner?
I'm saying, Alice, don't you think the families ought to get to know each other?
Mr. Kirby, Tony! Oh, Tony! Oh, grandfather, you're wonderful!
I've been telling you that for years.
I got a letter for you, Grandpa. It was nice then.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how we got there.
Hello, Mr. Kirby. How are you?
How do you do?
I gotta tell that cab.
Wow. The United States government apologizes. It seems I died 8 years ago.
Why? What do they mean, Grandpa?
Remember Charlie the milkman? The one we buried under my name? Well, I just told them that I was Mr. Martin Vanderhoff Jr. So they're very sorry, and I may even get a refund. Sure.
Pardon me, how do you say you came from Texas?
You are going
Hello there.
How do you do?
Fine, fine. Glad to see you.
What has happened?
He is relaxing.
Shortly. You can sit down.
Well, sir, we'd like to thank you once again for everything you've done for us. Alice is going to marry Tony, and it looks like they're going to be very happy together. Of course, the fireworks blew up, but that was Mr. DeVita's fault, not yours. We all have our health, and as far as anything else is concerned, we'll leave that to you. Thank you.
It's my favorite thing. And a very good thing, too.
We hope you enjoyed our show as much as we enjoyed performing for you.
This evening, we hope that you're reminded that life-seeking worldly pleasures is not well lived, but a life of godly contentment is joyous. And despite how quirky the Sycamore family is, they're able to show us how to live this life of godly contentment very well.
As Paul wrote in verse 2:6, but godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evils, and it is through this craving that some have fallen away from the faith, and pierced themselves with many pangs.
There's only one way to find the life of contentment, and that is through a saving relationship with Jesus Christ. If being here tonight has prompted any interest in learning more about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, or entering a relationship with Him, please don't hesitate to reach out to any of the AACS faculty or staff.
Now, before we close, we have a couple people to thank who made the show happen. First, we want to thank Miss Mead.
Yeah, so...
Just starting off, Miss Mead is our wonderful tech leader. You would not believe it is her first time learning how to make all these things work, but she has put in countless and tireless hours in making so you can hear us, you can understand us, and we have these wonderful lights on us tonight. We truly could not have done this without her. So please thank you, Miss Mead, so much.
Next, I'd like to welcome Miss Ridge to the stage. Without all hard work, our costumes would not look nearly as great as they do. She helps us so much, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
We'd like to thank our wonderful director. It is her first show at AACS she's directed, Miss Pierce. Obviously, Miss Pierce has done a wonderful job putting this whole show together. It is her first show, and she just did absolutely amazing. She's always uplifting all the cast members, giving wonderful, helpful advice, and she just put this whole thing together, and we love her so much. Thank you. And the last one we'd like to thank is Miss Barham. Miss Barham! Miss Hart has been so helpful, just running around doing little things for people, making sure that the doors are opening on time and things like that. She's just been such a huge help, and we really appreciate all that she's done for us. Thank you, Miss Hart. Now, you will join me as we pray, boys. Dear Lord, thank you for the many blessings you have bestowed upon us. Thank you for your steadfast faithfulness and always providing for our exact needs. We pray that you would help us to be content with the many things you have blessed us with in this life, and that you would use each of us in this room to further your kingdom on earth. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for joining us tonight.